But to answer your question, I don't know. I think I guess I was kind of an exciting player. I was the smallest guy in the league, obviously, and although I never tried to get in trouble, I always seemed to get in a lot of trouble.
Huffer was great on his own. He also had some help from line mates Pat.
He would give me a chance. I think I could get in the net decently. And obviously, playing with Huffer, for his time, in his era, there was nobody better, I'll tell you that. If you were going to get a chance to get it in the net, you were going to get it from Huff, because he was like a magnet out there. Everybody was so aware of him on the ice that he just attracted everybody, and he was so adept at handling the puck that you knew you were going to get a lot of chances, and I did.
It's possible the Christiansen-Francisco-McLeod line has had no equal at UMD, and that's saying an awful lot. There have been others, such as Murray Keoghan, Walt Lettingham, and Cam Fryer, but the Huffer line made it happen like no other before or no other since.
When I came to UMD first, I played 4 years with Pat Francisco, and when we played, there was not as much weaving and everything. The wingers were disciplined. They stayed on their wing. They went up and down the wing and so on and so forth. And it didn't take long for Pat and I, especially. We just had never had a problem, an argument or anything about where we just seemed to know where each other was going to be all the time, and that worked out real well. In the first 3 years, we played with Mike Tock, who fit in really well. And Mike did very well scoring also. And then when Bruce came along, Bruce had good hockey sense, and he'd watched. He was a good winger. He would go up and down his wing, and the way we played then is, was get the puck to me, and I'd get it to them, to my wingers. All our breakouts tried to come up the center to me, and Pat and Bruce were very disciplined. They stayed on their wings, and it was very easy to play. Nowadays, I don't know how it would be with all the weaving and stuff. It's a lot different than the style we played.
I just think because of the offensive element of it, obviously, we scored a lot of goals. I think, I don't know if you broke it down as far as the percentage of the goals we scored on the team. I'm sure it was pretty high. We had the advantage of playing power plays most of the time and so forth. But I suppose it was a heightened interest. We were early in the WCHA then, and Huffer was an outstanding player. We scored a lot.
Strangely, what's most important to the threesome is not what they did on the ice, but how they've all stayed close despite going in different directions off the ice. Huffer's a car salesman, Pat is a financial planner, and as I said earlier, Bruce is the UMD athletic director. But they remained very good friends.
Oh yeah, definitely. We see each other and talk to each other a couple, 3 times a week, and there's a lot of camaraderie, and I guess that's part of the lessons of athletics, and a lot of the benefits of athletics. You learn to compete together. You give up a lot of individual things for team concepts, line concepts, and we really do enjoy it. I think, that kids today have those same type of bonds. I think it's just we were lucky that we ended up staying in the same vicinity, and I appreciate it, and I enjoy, the relationships very, very much.
I think it's really a special situation, and to have played with somebody and felt good about it is great, but to have also have been a friend of that person's and remain friends of both Huffer and Bruce and Mike, for that matter, I think that's a real treasure. As the players today, the Christiansens and Watsons and Herzigs are playing today and doing wonderful things, great. I mean, that's tremendous. But in the future, if they can call themselves friends and be through a lot of garbage together and be friends, that's the real. There's more to it than ink in the newspaper.
For the hard shots, and nothing along the sides, so it was a little different physically speaking, but you could certainly sense the emotion of the crowd one heck of a lot more then.
After 4 years of being an independent, the Bulldogs proved they belong, and they were admitted to the Western Collegiate Hockey Association in the fall of 1965. Even though the Bulldogs were new to Division I and the WCHA, they still had some of the best players in the country, including a hometown product who became the school's first All-American. Defenseman Bob Hill patrolled the blue line for the Bulldogs for 4 seasons and averaged nearly a point a game. But the man who would have the greatest impact on Bulldog hockey in those formative years would be Keith Huffer Christiansen. Christiansen made an immediate impact, and led UMD in scoring in all 4 of his years as a Bulldog. The pint-sized centerman set 5 scoring records in the process and was named MVP of the WCHA and an All-American. In November of 1966, the Bulldogs moved into the newly constructed Duluth Arena, and Christiansen christened the new complex by recording a school record 6 assists and leading UMD to an 8-1 thrashing of Minnesota. Christiansen's last game as a Bulldog also came at the arena. In the playoffs against Michigan Tech, UMD held a lead late in the game, but the Huskies rallied and hit this open net to seal UMD's fate. Afterwards, in a dejected locker room, Huffer, who at that time was UMD's all-time leading scorer with 196 career points, removed his number 9 jersey and hung it up for the last time. Christiansen's number would not be seen again until 21 years later, when the University of Minnesota Duluth officially retired Huffer's jersey, the first number ever to be raised to the rafters.
I want to thank the university, especially Dr. Andy and Bruce, for this honor and this tribute, and having my family and relatives down. It was a great pleasure to be an athlete at UMD and to be from the city of Duluth. Thank you all very much.
The late 60s saw more superstar talent commit to the maroon and gold, including goaltender Glenn Chico Resch, Cam Fryer, All-Americans Ron Busnick, Murray Keoghan, and